Welcome back to the Micro Podcast on Podcasting. I am your host, Christine Blosdale, your expert authority, and I'm also a podcast coach for you folks who want to create a podcast and you're beginning your journey. Today's very special because in this episode, we're going to be speaking with Julie Hood, who is the creator behind CourseCreatorsHQ.com, and she's going to talk about the importance that if you have a podcast, why you want to create a course based on your expertise and promote it in your podcast. Let's listen to what she has to say. Can you talk about the importance, if someone has created a podcast, about the importance of creating a course and about how they can advertise that course in their own podcast?
Yes. Right. So I work with a lot of podcasters who have recognized that building up an audience to where they could get to normal advertising rates, it's going to take a while. So instead, to have a monetization to your podcast, one of the things I really love is to use a mini course or a course of your own. So especially if you have a nonfiction podcast where you're helping people, teaching people, instructing people on a certain topic, if you can put together a mini course or a smaller course, and you can sell that then on your podcast. And it doesn't have to be complicated or super salesy. It's just a short little thing. Hey, by the way, I've got this mini course I put together. If you want to learn more and you want to know about it, here's the link. I'll put it in the show notes. You can click over, and it becomes a really good revenue source for podcasters that is not a typical one that a lot of people do, but I've been thrilled with it because I use my podcast all of the time to help connect with my students.
I would suggest that people also, if it's a book, if it's a physical book or a course that is an evergreen, right? So that if anybody's listening to it in February or January, wherever, it doesn't matter. But if you're able to create in Zoom, make a 30 to 40 second recording in Zoom with either, and showing them, you can get this book or you can get this course, any kind of visuals that you can have. And you can do that in editing. You can actually put the visual of the course, the artwork and things. But if you're able to create that in Zoom, then you have the video version of it and the audio, so that you can insert it in your podcast, but you can also put it on YouTube with the video version of your podcast. I do that right now with just announcing my strategy sessions, the free strategy sessions. But I think for products specific, it would be very, very smart to just put that in there. And again, don't make it, like she was saying, don't make it 5 minutes long. Make it like a commercial. Make it short and sweet. Boom. Right.
And give yourself plenty of runway. I had a coach once that told me 6 to 8 weeks out from a specific thing, you should be starting to talk about it. And I remember my mouth kind of dropped because I would do maybe a couple episodes, 2-3 episodes. And she's like, oh no, people need to hear it over and over and over again. So 6 to 8 weeks ahead. So
yeah. And same thing for your email blasts out as well. You got to remind people, give them, and don't do a countdown clock necessarily. You don't have to, but you could say you got 4 days left. You got, 24 hours left, those type of things. People will, especially when they're reminded that they don't have much time left, they will, hopefully respond and get on there. Julie Hood, you are amazing. Absolutely. I'm so happy that you joined us today. Once again, that was Julie Hood. You can find out more information by going to CourseCreatorsHQ.com. And since this episode is all about using your podcast to promote your courses, your books, I wanted to let you know that I have just released on Amazon the Kindle and the paperback version of Podcasting for Beginners, the workbook. It is brand spanking new. You can get yours on Amazon. I'll put the link in the show notes, but check it out. I know you're going to love it. So check it out on Amazon. And that's all we have time for today on the Micro Podcast on Podcasting. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment as much as you can on this program. And if you want to find out more about my coaching, my podcast coaching, you can go to ChristineBlosdale.com. That's ChristineBlosdale.com. And until next time, happy podcasting.